Hey, Aries Seeker. Um, when I was preparing to do a video just now, I heard there's a hole in my heart in the shape of you. Someone has experienced losing you, and it's a very profound sense of, I want to say abyss. Like they miss you on a soul level. So, okay, that's interesting. Let's see if it comes through also from the cards or what else we can come up with for you. I am going to work with the Light Seers Tarot. I owe you an apology. I went over my recent batch of tarot scopes and I realized I haven't done Aries and Ophiuchus, which it's very interesting that out of all the signs, I mean, I love all my seekers and all the signs, but it's interesting that I forgot Aries and Ophiuchus. Like, I love you guys. So, I don't know. I'm sorry. Here we are. Better late than never. Let's do this. No, yeah, no, yeah, okay. The Chariot. You gotta go. You gotta be on the move. There's something somewhere that is calling you. The bottom of the deck that stayed on the table as I lifted the deck. The Hangman. I love this deck because it incorporates runes. So you're after this. You're following or on the go for this Hangman character energy. Let's see what it's coming, what is bringing. Turning the world upside down, stirring it around. Weaving magic from a place of seemingly not shouldn't be able to do anything. Like they're tilted upside down. They're like one hand holding their legs so they're not falling. And yet with the one limb that they have available, they stir the water of runes. Runes means secrets of life. And one of the stories behind the Hangman is actually the story of Odin, who hung himself from the Yggdrasil tree, the Norse equivalent to the tree of life, or the equivalent to the Buddhist Bodhi tree. He hung himself for 9 days and nights to attain enlightenment, and then the runes unveiled themselves. So this person or energy, they're turned upside down. They turn the world upside down, and you're moving mountains in order to follow this. So it's like I'm picking up on like a quest, a pilgrimage. But it's a very spiritual type of quest. It's a very calling based type of quest and journey. You know, the chariot in Kabbalah is in Hebrew. Chariot is Merkava. So in Kabbalah, you have the Merkava, which is the 3D Star of David, which serves as the vehicle for our consciousness. It's how our spirit or soul kind of travels between dimensions. This is a very like a journey of the consciousness, right? In pursuit of a deeper truth that seems to fundamentally turn your world upside down. And there's a lot of like people normally run into joy, ease, right? They don't normally run into a stretching of their boundaries, right? Most people don't seek to stretch their boundaries, they seek to sustain their boundaries. You're after a stretch, So it's already very courageous in and of itself. It's not like a lighthearted vacation you're taking to get tanned. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. So, and underneath, Four of Swords. Okay, this is another energy coming through now. I feel like this is not you, Aries. This is this person that you're dealing with. This is definitely you, very cardinal, very, powerful, and very forward moving. But this energy changes the world and turns it upside down while being very, very still. Right? With the Hangman and the Hermit and the Four of Swords. It's like they listen to their heart. They listen to the secrets of life. And it's like they have their own realm that they're in, floating in, silent in, and for you, it's like a discovery. But, what I picked up in the beginning, there's a hole in their heart in the shape of you. Is this person? Because in all the imagery, you're facing them, but they have their backs to you. They don't see you coming. They don't see you on your way towards them and in their direction. They're like oblivious to it, or they're very like in their world of everything and in their own inner journey, and they don't know that you're undertaking a journey as well, and following them, um, not stalking them, following them. So they don't know, and if they feel it, they don't have like a tangible confirmation, like a reality based knowing. So they kind of let it be. They don't want to get lost in either fantasy or wishful thinking. They're just kind of in tune and quiet. And it looks like they're distancing themselves from you, which is interesting given how they have a hole in their heart in the shape of you. Like maybe they don't think, bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords, maybe they don't presume or think that they're on your mind. Eight of Wands, more forward movement, more journey. There is communication, very clear communication coming through. I think it's from you to them. Now, guys, these readings are general, so you may reverse the roles if you feel like you resonate with the other character in the story, and what is you in here is actually sounding like them. It could be the other way around, but I'll keep going with the line where they are the Hangman, Hermit, Four of Swords, and you bring in. They hear you. Okay, so soon they're going to hear your communication. It's going to start on the inside, and then they're going to pick up on it soon, I guess, and then it's going to come through like in reality, like a text, an email, a phone call, a message that is very clear, a visit, Chariot and Eight of Wands. It could be a physical visit. Ten of Wands. There's something they have to take care of. could require some sort of travel. There's a baggage that they have or that they carry that they need to unload. Or maybe could be the other way around. They might be circling back around. Or they have been on a journey and now it's still loaded somehow. It's still like they still carry it. Like they seemingly arrived, but they haven't unpacked. Okay, it's like when you come back home after a vacation or a trip or something, and your luggage stays unpacked for a really long time, right? So there's something about that. Maybe it's a temporary situation. Maybe they don't know if they're staying. I can relate to that. Sometimes you can just be in limbo, you know. Maybe you're just like, you don't know if you're staying, if you're going. You're like, what's the point of unpacking if I'm going to pack tomorrow again or next month? What's the point? Judgment. You see to the inside of them and then to the outside of them. So most people, when they look at other people, we see the outside of a person and then we see the inside of a person, right? First, we have the exterior physical or first impression. And then when we get to know them or listen to them speak or spend more time with them, then we get to know their inner self. You see them the other way around. You see their inside first, and it's almost like you see their soul, and only then comes their exterior. It's almost like when you look at them, you don't see what everybody else sees. You see the other way. You see their inside as their face. Does that make sense? You see their heart as their body. And you also obviously you have eyes. You also see, like, look at them and see how they look or whatever the case may be, you know, something like that. But it's not what you energetically, instinctually, even emotionally respond to when you face them. Now, where are they? I mean, they are constantly, every single card here is facing away from the direction of the chariot and from the card that I think represents you in this deck. It's like they don't see that you see them. They might see you, right? There's a hole in the shape of you in their heart. They're very much conscientious of you, but they can't see that you see them. Why is that? If the reading starts with you going after them or pursuing them or following them, even running after them almost. But it's like they have their backs. Why? Literally every single card. They're going through a very, it's interesting. I'm really, really feeling tapped to this person. Usually I'm more tapped to the energy of the seekers that I read for, but I'm really, really in tune with their energy. They're going through a very transformative and excruciating process. It's transmutation and then transformation, both of which just in them and of themselves can be quite painful. And they have it both. They are transmuting energy, but then also transforming out of other energies. So like as they integrate energy into themselves, they're also relieving other energies from themselves. And it's like a double alchemical process. So like it's like a real shock to the system to go through that. So this explains the Hermit and the Four of Swords and the Hangman being like feeling like you're hung upside down and you can't think straight, and you're absolutely deeply inside of yourself, but you're also strangely like almost like astral projection outside of yourself. It's a very confusing, um, contradictory, simultaneous process. Page of Swords. So this is a little bit more of a lighter energy. With the Eight of Wands, it brings in some lightheartedness, ease. I'm picking up like communication, Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords. There's going to be a very clear communication between the two of you, either in writing or messaging, could be verbal. But it's not like emotional communication, at least it doesn't start this way. It starts with like intellectual communication, um, maybe about studies, maybe about work, maybe about um, kind of lighthearted small talk that that is kind of that is clever and fun, right? But it's not like doesn't go too deep. So that's how it kind of breaks the ice, because there's a lot of layers of emotion here and energy here. So it's like you start easy, you start with like a small talk conversation about this and that. There's inspiration here. There are back and forth ideas. Um, I'm really drawn to the birds. This is the first time I'm noticing this. She's actually walking the tightrope, but the rope is a sword. I've had this deck for a while. This is the first. I've always just seen a rope, and now for the first time, I'm recognizing that it's a sword. So the sword represents the air element, Page of Swords, communication and knowledge. So this makes sense, but swords also have a heroic archetype to them, noble archetype to them, protection, like the knights. Speaking with positive vibe, lightheartedly about very meaningful things. That makes more sense. Okay, so what's next? What's going on? How are things unfolding between Aries and this person? I'm just now recognizing it. I said there's a hole in their heart in the shape of you. It's like they're lying in this hole in their heart. So the hole in their heart, the shape of you, they're lying in it. Like they're trying to fill up that void with spiritual wisdom, with either knowledge or movement or other things that they handle, with their transformative journey, with study and intellect, and it's like, but it's not you. So it stays a whole. This is very romantic and very tragic. Very, not tragic, we don't know it's tragic yet, but sad. And from Page of Swords, we have an upgrade to the Queen of Swords. So, and she's also holding the sword that she just tight-roped on. So there's a process of mastery through the mind. So there's going through this very energetic, spiritual process, alchemical process, and then processing that process through the mind and really getting a good grip of it and an understanding of it that is also intellectual. So it's not like it doesn't stay in the confused zone, right? It doesn't stay in the amorphic, abstract zone. It comes to the brain and there's an understanding of it. But I'm still picking up that it's their energy. It's like you came through here right in the beginning. It's like you're following their energy or their footsteps or their breadcrumbs. But this is not like cheap on emotion type of breadcrumbs. It's like marking the road. Like they're marking the road for you to be able to find them or be able to follow them. It's like in the story of Hansel and Gretel. Is that where it's from? Or is it from Little Red Riding Hood? Oh my God, I'm confusing stories. Let me know in the comments where it's from. I can't believe I forget this. It's funny. But I think you understand what I'm talking about. Um, or the yellow brick road, I know that that is from The Wizard of Oz. That one. I remember that one at least. This person has a lot of lofty ideas and no, it belittles it. Like values. Um, Again, they serve as like this pull for you. With everything about them is really, really pulling you, is really drawing you, like you're really going after it. And there's still two more characters. I need you to look at the cards so that you understand. So here you are in this direction, right? And then I need to show you this. This is crazy. So every single character has, well, except for this one, but they all have their back to you, but you're inside of them. This is so interesting. The High Priestess, they don't need to see you with their eyes. They don't need to actually be turned in your direction. They see you regardless. They see you in their third eye. They see you in their heart. They feel you. They sense you. So maybe they're acting like they're not looking at you. But they know the connection. Both of you do. See how it came out like this? It's like it almost looks like it's like they're downloading you, like they recognize your trajectory towards them, right? They can pick it up, they can sense it with their third eye. They're getting messages like from higher sources. They just feel it. So why don't they show it? Why are they not looking directly at you to show you, to confirm? Nine of Swords, a lot of fears and anxiety. They're very scared of something. They're scared of showing you that they're looking at you. Why? Strength and Seven of Swords. And also with the High Priestess, this is the first time her eyes are closed, but she's not facing away. She's facing directly in the same direction, seemingly. Like it's different than all of this that have their back to the chariot. And here it's like she's starting to face towards it. And so in here, the same way with the Strength card. And this time she has her heart worn as a necklace as opposed to next to her inside the hole in her heart. It's like feeling more emboldened, more free, more courageous to just be who she is, right? And with the Seven of Swords here, wow. It's like this raven is yelling at this lamb, and this character is holding a knife coming at her. That's a little disturbing. There's like a threat to this energy. I get, okay, this person is living under some sort of threat. They're scared of something that is after them, or that they feel it's after them. Like the Strength card is the card of the lion. Okay, right? Half her face is a lion. So it's seemingly gentle but extremely powerful energy. And I really don't like this vibe of a knife and a yelling crow at these very so you know the phrase the wolf in sheep clothing. So this is a lion in sheep clothing, but not because the lion, there's nothing bad or malicious about the lion that makes them need to hide, quite the opposite. But because they're a lion, you know, every leader or very bright light-based energy has enemies or has energies wanting that. You know, some of us garner energy, feed off of the infinite universal life force that is available to all of us. But for some of us, that connection to life force, that stream is blocked or closed. So it's like a carnivore energy where they need to feed off of others' energy. So they're very, very drawn to very powerful light-based people. So I think this is why they're kind of presenting themselves as like very simple, very not weak, but maybe meek, not as powerful as they are. They don't wear all of their power on their sleeve. They first and foremost wear their heart on the sleeve, which is very real, but they only show the lion in them to select few, right? The High Priestess only speaks her wisdom to select few. She doesn't cast pearls in front of swine. She doesn't tell her dreams to fools. Very, very selective energy. And the fact that you're able to so clearly see them shows that at least energetically they show themselves to you specifically, but they're still not showing themselves to the other environment, not because of deceit, but because of caution and discernment. But there is some energy after them as well. And I'm not referring to you, I'm referring to something different, a bit more malicious. And it's interesting because they're both bent in the same way. This character here and the character here. But they're different. So this person is trying to do two things at once. On one hand, hide from other people that are around, but also show themselves to you. Okay. Now, it's probably even more so challenging if, let's say, it's all happening in the same room, right? How do they speak to you without others understanding, hence able to attack or judge or whatever the case may be that applies, you know? Or sabotage, because Seven of Sword is a manipulative energy of sabotage as well. So that could be the thing. Maybe they don't evidently look towards you so it doesn't get sabotaged or misconstrued. Or construed, is that the way to say it? Oh. The Magician. Yeah, this person is very, very skilled in the art of communication. and energy work. Like they really understand the elements and energies and how to operate within them and how to do two things simultaneously. How to say something in front of two people that would sound one way to this person and another way to that person. They say the same thing. They say one sentence, but they understand one thing and you understand another. Like they know how to speak to you in codes. Fascinating. Where is Aries? Show me more about Aries. I see so much of this person's energy. Can you show me what's next? What is Aries up to in this respect, in this regard? Knight of Swords. More movement. You are okay. And bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. You need to be the first to get to them. There's another energy after them, Aries, which is not benefic. They don't have good intentions in their heart. And you're a little bit behind. You know the phrase how by the time truth ties its shoelaces, the lie already went around the world. This energy is coming at them fast. So you need to get it, you need to get there faster. Ace of Swords, like you need to really listen to your wisdom and move fast. Swords is the air element. It's fast moving. Knight of Swords, like act like a knight of air, like something that moves very, very fast. Like hear them. They're talking to you without talking to you, or they're talking to you in codes. I know so many stalkers are going to make a feast out of this and be like, the person that it keeps telling me no is actually saying yes. No, if they say no, it's a no. That's not a code. No is not a code for yes. Okay? All right, I'm gonna make a new shuffle and create a double pentagram spread, a look into you and your person of interest. It will be a real understanding of how things are going to unfold between the two of you in the next month and the interaction, the dynamic. We're going to understand the reality better. So this is available in the description box if you want it as a separate purchase over on Patreon, or if you want all the extendeds to, stream unlimited, check out channel membership where you have them all available. Stay magic, stay true, Aries. I love you.